So hello folks, today we'll differentiate between hypokalemia and hyperkalemia. Coming on the definition, hypokalemia means the serum potassium levels are less than 3.5 milliequivalent per liter, while hyperkalemia is said to be when the serum potassium levels are more than 5 to 5.5 milliequivalent per liter. Now in hypokalemia, what is the primary problem? It is that due to the low extracellular potassium ion levels, hyperpolarized membranes are there, due to which more amount of stimulus is required to excite to trigger the action potential. And in hyperkalemia, high extracellular potassium levels are there, due to which the membranes are depolarized or unstable. Now the physiologic effect we see that in hypokalemia, when the potassium levels are low, the gradient is high, right? And due to which the membrane excitability is low. And in hyperkalemia, due to increased potassium levels, the gradient is low and there is increased first and then reduced excitability of the membrane. Now the major causes for hypokalemia being renal loss, GI loss and transcellular shift triggers. Renal loss as in case of loop or thiazide diuretics. Second, hyperaldosteronism. Third, magnesium deficiency. And the GI loss being due to vomiting, diarrhea or use of laxatives. Then transcellular shift triggers as in where the potassium ions they move from the extracellular fluid to the intracellular fluid due to the use of which can be triggered by like diuretics, insulin, beta agonist, steroids. And in hyperkalemia, what are the causes are? The major causes that is renal failure leading to decreased excretion of the potassium ions. Then drugs like ACE inhibitors, ARBs and potassium sparing diuretics. Then again here also transcellular shifts which are triggered by acidosis, cell lysis, etc. And the last cause being hypoaldosteronism. Now, the acid-base association for hypokalemia, it is associated with metabolic alkalosis, while hyperkalemia is associated with metabolic acidosis in case of type 4 RTA, that is renal tubular acidosis.